Juni, in from year one to year two. This is a kid who doesn't lack confidence, folks, and you saw it last year. He started out on fire, and then other teams and opponents had to catch up to this man because he was nothing but a blur. Now, obviously, water comes to its level, and everybody has to now level up year one, year two. Juni, welcome back, man. Good to see you.
Man, appreciate it. I'm glad to be here.
This is pretty cool, having you on the program and being a Reynoldsburg guy, and we just had Willie B on, number 3 all-time leading scorer. And I talked about that vet camp when the pros came in. Describe that experience and what you got out of it.
It was a great experience, a great learning experience. You had guys like DAngelo, Malachi, Branham, all good guards coming back, just giving out tips. Great tips, just giving me good tips to come into the next year, what to improve on, and yeah.
Talk about your year one, right? Because there was a lot on your plate, right? You came in with the reputation to get buckets, and we saw that for sure. Mm-hmm. And then you got put into a role where you had the rock in your hands a lot, and that pressure from defenses. What was that like going through that as a freshman at the Big Ten level?
It was great. I live for moments like that. That's why I always stay in the gym, just be prepared for times like that. Always working on ball handling. You never know what's coming up. And, just for the role to change like that, it was a blessing because I already do all of that in the gym. I was already ready for it. Yeah. So that was always good, got to show a little bit, the world what else I got. So, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Listen, you had to play big-time minutes. You kind of grew through the ups and downs of that season last year. And, they throw out this phrase, Juni, all the time, basketball IQ and all that. Where do you think you are in kind of running the show and everything that comes into that? Because I know they want to get Bruce a little bit time off that ball if they can.
I feel like I'm ready. We've been working on that, through the whole summer, just being facilitating, just seeing everything, you got these little goggles where you keep your eyes up. So, just dribbling, be able to see, see who's open, and also be able to do what I do best as well as putting the ball in the basket. So, yeah.
Where did this, you got the dog in you. I can just tell it. It comes off of you. This not backing down to anybody, standing your ground, doing. Where did all that come from?
I just was always competing with older guys growing up. We always had a competitive edge, and we was always going at it. So, just being a younger guy, always growing up not being scared. So, my dad always told me, the only person I should be scared of is him. So,
A lot of times, man, we hear whether it's rookies in the league going from year one to year two or freshmen from year one to year two, they talk about how they transform their body, right? Mm-hmm. Locked in on the diet or really being in the weight room. What's that been like for you in the offseason? Dieting, the weight room, just talk about that.
Just having a different approach to the weight room this year. Freshman year, new to me, was a shock. There's a lot of stuff I've never seen before. So just having a different mentality, different approach to it, just embracing it. That's one thing me and Q talk about the most, just embracing the lift. And, yeah.
What was your favorite environment to play in last year, whether it was in the Big Ten or somewhere else where you came out of the tunnel, you came out of the huddle, and you were like, yeah, this is what it's all about?
It's actually, unfortunately, I got hit in the eye, but it was Purdue. Purdue was by far one of the best games, the loudest games I've ever been a part of. Purdue and Indiana. Purdue was just insane. That comeback we had, unfortunately, I wasn't there, but, our guys got it done, and we ended up pulling out the dub.
Yeah.
Played in all 32, started 22, averaged 13 a game, 38.5% from long range. That's second in the Big Ten for three-pointers made and three-pointers per game. So, the stat sheet is just jumping off to us. But it feels like that the level up you need to make this year from a maturity level, experience level, IQ level, all that is really a focus, I would imagine.
Yeah, of course. Just always perfecting what you'll get at. Always got to come in, get the same amount of reps in, get the same shots in, and then also working on other stuff. Like I said, ball handling, facilitating different paces, and also better conditioning. Got to be in good condition to be a facilitator. So yeah.
The three-point shot is so lethal, right, with where you are. But just talk about the different ways you can get your three-point shot off, like, the catch and shoots, coming off screens, and all the things. How much work you put into not just shooting straight-up threes, but just the different variations of three-point shots as well.
That's actually one thing when I work out with Deeb, that's the big thing we do is just coming off curls, coming off floppies. We did a lot of I don't know if y'all seen, we did a lot of back screens into me slipping out and coming like we did against Indiana to tie the game up. Just a lot of those. Making tough shots is a big thing in this league, especially when everybody's focus is on me shooting the three. So also still want to get those off. So just making tough shots, just working on those tough shots.
Talk about the hunger for this team this year. I know you got a couple new guys in, but it feels like to me that you didn't bring in guys to do something that they aren't used to doing. You brought them in to fill certain roles. Does it feel good from the start now? This camp a little different than last year's camp because, last year that's Jake's first full year. Now that you've been in it a year, it just feels like this fits better. But the hunger of this team to get back to the dance.
Oh, man, it's insane. We have a lot of Ohio kids, too, so it's very big, wearing out Ohio State only. The chemistry we have is just, we're all in one. We compete on the court. Don't get it wrong. We compete on the court. We go head to head. But we all know that line when it's when it's time to put it up. We all cool. There's no groups, none of that. It's just all us together, and we all want the same thing, and that's want to win a national championship.
Talk about some of your favorite bucket getters on the planet right now, whether in the league where you got like the Steph Curry types. You just got so many different guys that just get buckets in different ways. When you look at where the NBA is right now, who are some of your favorite bucket getters?
Number one, you got to put Curry up there. That's my favorite player. I feel like he the best scorer in the league, right now, even at his age. Oh, besides Shai. Shai on something different. But Darius Garland, too. I've been watching a lot of him, too. Just, how he gets to his spots. You can always learn from him as well. But he's definitely a great scorer. And then, you got the Kyries, you got the Devin Bookers, and you got Shai. Shai's another I've been watching a little bit. I'm trying to get better at that mid-range game. So, just seeing him get to his spots, the moves he uses and stuff like that.
And it's like Shai, his pace, too, right?
Yeah.
Like, he seems like he never gets sped up.
Never.
Like, the defense can't do anything to throw him off. Just Shai is just he's special with what he does.
But to play fast, you got to have it up here, right? You got to know where everything's going. So I think that's a big part of this. So whether you're dishing out 8 assists against Iowa or hitting 5 threes against Indiana, it feels like your game is really evolving.
Yeah.
It's nice. Yeah. You're in good shape,
good
man.
Stuff, man.
It's exciting. I know that the expectation is, fans here are kind of like wait and see mode, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we can talk about it, we can hype it and all that, but until it happens, it hasn't happened yet. But it feels like this is the team that might be able to kind of break through where the struggle's been.
I believe it. I've never been a part of a team like this. Even just in the vet camp, we had like 25 assists, in the game. So it's just. That was a hump. I don't think we could get over 15 last year.
Yeah.
So
ball was moving.
Ball was moving.
Yeah,
That's something I'm also new to too. So, just everybody eating.
What was that like with DAngelo and Malachi trying to make sure that they pressured you and frustrated you? What was that like?
Oh, it was the best. That's what you asked for. Growing up, I always played against Malachi. Never really got too much of DAngelo, but we're just good competing. Definitely some trash talk, but just great competition for sure.
How is D'Lo as a trash talker, man? D'Lo's in a good spot right now, too, by the way, going over to Dallas. He got a nice upper. But how is he? He a big trash talker? He seems like he's pretty slick. He could get after you with that.
Nah, he is. And he loud with it, too. Like, he talking to everybody. He talking to the team, the refs, you. So he talking to everybody.
Yeah. Love it.
John Mobley Jr. with us, affectionately known as Juni on this squad. We'll send you to practice, my man, and the workout. Thanks for coming by.
Appreciate it.
We'll be rooting for you.
Appreciate you.
Juni Mobley, known as a sniper, but so much more from year one to